I am Eryn Bing, and this is my presentation on my internship experience at Dairycom. First, an overview. I will be going over how I got the internship. I'll tell you a little bit about Dairy.com. I'll go over my job duties. I'll tell you about the software that I use. I'll go over my work samples, which includes a in-house style guide for technical writers and release notes. I'll explain what I have learned, how well UNT courses have prepared me for the work, some of my biggest challenges, and what I would change. First, how I got the internship. To provide context, I had been looking for a job since December. I had already applied to 15 other jobs for technical writing, technical editing, user experience, and proposal writing. I was waiting on one of them to reply when on January 22nd, 2022, Dr. Freeze posted a job notice in Microsoft Teams for a remote internship opportunity at Dairy.com. I applied on that same day. On January 25th, 2022, Dairy.com's human resources team reached out to me requesting my resume. On February 1st, I had my first interview with a senior technical writer. On February 4th, I had my second interview with another senior technical writer. And on February 9th, I had my third interview with the head of the department. The interviews were to gauge my understanding of the company, my experience in technical communication, and my personality. After my third interview, I received a verbal offer of employment from Human Resources. And after some paperwork, I started working for Dairy.com on February 22nd. A little bit about Dairy.com. Dairy.com is a service as a software company that provides technology, services, and intelligence platforms to companies in the dairy industry. Their software is designed to connect dairy producers, manufacturers, and distributors through the supply chain process. Dairy.com's headquarters is in Frisco, Texas. My job is in supply chain management. My duties include creating explanations for JIRA tickets, testing new features on Dairy.com's app, Mobile Manifest, editing single source documents in Confluence, writing detailed and user-friendly procedures in Microsoft Word, reviewing outdated documents for relevant information, and creating descriptions of upcoming products and features with information from subject matter experts. The software that I work with during this internship includes Confluence, a content management software that I use to organize for explanations, for JIRA tickets, JIRA, a project tracking software that is used to track tasks as they are worked on, Mobile Manifest, Dairy.com's app for processing and tracking dairy orders, Slack, for communicating with my coworkers through instant messages, Microsoft Word, to add templates to the release notes, Microsoft Outlook as a main form of communication by emailing coworkers, Adobe to create PDF files of release notes, and Snagit to modify screenshots for release notes. I will now begin explaining my two work samples. The first sample is an in-house technical writer's style guide. The second sample is a copy of release notes. The style guide exemplifies the format for release notes. It gives technical writers guidelines on formatting titles, tables of content, headings, paragraphs, and pictures. To create this style guide, I reviewed examples of past release notes and took note of the formatting of their content. The style guide was created in Microsoft Word and finalized with Adobe. The second sample is a copy of release notes. These release notes go over changes made to the Mobile Manifest app and will be published for the general public on April 5th, 2022. I constructed these release notes using Confluence, JIRA, Microsoft Word, and Adobe. I created these explanations for already existing JIRA tickets and organized them in a single source document. through Confluence. The screenshots were modified using Snagit so that they gave relevant information and concise information to the audience. After my explanations were approved by subject matter experts, I exported the single source document into Microsoft Word. In Microsoft Word, I organized the explanations in the release notes template. The document was exported to Adobe to create a final draft in PDF form. During this internship, I have learned to apply for the internship that you want but don't think you will be hired for. I was concerned that I would not get this opportunity because I did not have extensive experience, but I realized that as an intern, I am not supposed to know everything about a job before I get it. My job is mostly learning and practicing what I learn on active projects. This internship has taught me how to work in corporate America. I have researched technical communication in many industries, and I used to be nervous about how I would do in corporate America. Dairy.com has provided a great example of a corporate environment. I learned that I had to ask questions to be better at my job. These questions deepened my understanding of my individual tasks and the overall project. I share hypotheses with my supervisor on how my work from a couple days ago relates to what I am currently working on, and she will further explain the correlation, which aids in my comprehension. I have learned that until publishing, single source documents are living documents. Things can be added, subtracted, reworked, or combined on almost a day-to-day basis. Keeping a flexible mindset when it comes to my writing encourages me to write for consistency and readability, no matter how the document changes. How well UNT courses prepared me for the work. I feel that all courses in the TECM program are vital to my technical writing career, but the ones that have specifically helped me at Dairy.com are content strategies, digital literacies, study of the teaching of technical communication and professional writing. Content strategies prepared me for working with clients and subject matter experts and using their feedback to improve a product. Digital literacies was my first time working with content management systems, project tracking software, and creating single source documents. The study of the teaching of technical communication taught me more features about Microsoft Office, mostly Word, and how to use them to my advantage to make my documents more uniform. And in professional writing, I learned how to write for an audience and how to use plain language to improve the readability of my writing. Some of my biggest challenges include working from home, learning different software and technology, being overwhelmed by creating works that will be published, and learning the purpose of my job duties piece by piece. Working from home is a challenge because the space that I am in is exclusively used for rest, and I have to create a separate space for work so that I do not confuse myself on when to rest and when to work. Learning different software and technology is a challenge because I have to do it on my own because I'm remote. My coworkers are great at explaining to me how the different softwares work, but I am unfamiliar with some concepts, and it takes me multiple tries to figure out software and technology out on my own. Publishing works overwhelmed me because I was so used to writing for professors about things that they already knew. In this job, I am writing for a larger audience with varying expertise, so I have to edit my writing for readability and conciseness. Learning the purpose of my job duties piece by piece is a challenge because it makes me think I am falling behind. I have these moments where I realize that what I am doing is related to what I did the day before and how it's going to become something more in the future. I love these moments, but I would prefer to have a grasp on the process beforehand. If I could change anything, I would like to be exposed to different content management systems interfaces beforehand. I did have some experience before with Madcap Flare, but that interface differs greatly from Confluence. Comparing multiple interfaces would help me realize their similarities better. This is the end of my presentation. I've gone over how I got the internship. I've told you a little bit about Dairy.com. I've explained my job duties, the software that I work with, my work samples, which include an in house style guide for technical writers and release notes. I've explained what I've learned, how well UNT courses have prepared me for this work, the biggest challenges I faced, and what I would change. Thank you for watching.